Welcome everyone, Costin here with a review for the first 3 Harry Potter games on PC. Tried playing the console version. The only one I was able to run, and even then I had issues, was the first one on GameCube. Second one on GameCube and PS2 was very hard to get running or had massive audio issues. Third one I could only get running on GameCube, and even then it had significant issues in terms of its performance, so I didn't bother. So on PC, I played these games when I was a kid, and I've replayed them recently, did an entire playthrough for every single one of them, did a completionist playthrough. In terms of length, each of these games took me about 5 to 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours in total. I'm not going to count the overall hours, but that's just how long it took me personally to complete each of the games. I feel that the second game was the longest and had perhaps the most amount of content out of all of them. So in terms of length, it's the second game. In terms of graphics, it's the third game, then the second, then the first, which you'd expect, that's the chrono, because first game you'd expect to look the worst, then the second game, then third game. So that's how it is. In terms of gameplay, all of them are kind of open world, and I say kind of because you are restricted initially, and then things open up in terms of Hogwarts. And they're all focused on exploration, and they're all focused on puzzles and spell challenges, classes, and all of that stuff. Now, in terms of gameplay mechanics, I feel that the third game could have had the most potential out of all of these games in terms of what it could have offered, with you controlling at varying points Ron and Hermione, besides just Harry, as you did in the first 2 games. But I feel that the second game, although it doesn't have perhaps the refined gameplay mechanics, has a lot more content to offer. It has more secrets for you to discover, more challenges for you to deal with, more classes in general. Like, you only have 3 classes, and then the exams, which the exams were really pathetic. So you have more classes in the second game to begin with, then you have Quidditch, then you have dueling, then you have the secret collector card challenge, so there's more to deal with there, and I felt that it offered more as a game overall than the third game. It's better than the first game by a mile in terms of gameplay mechanics, graphics, and just overall content, but it's better than the third game in terms of content and variety of gameplay, even though the actual spells, the gameplay mechanics on offer in the third game could have made the third game a better game. I feel that the third game was a letdown compared to the second game. I quite enjoyed playing the second game, and I enjoyed playing the first game, but I just felt that the third game was kind of rushed, and that's perhaps where EA started to really not give a damn about the series. I feel that they did a pretty good job with the first 2 games, at least on PC, but then they started going to hell with the third game. Fourth game was a disaster. Fifth game can only be described as okay-ish. Not that these games in general are exceptional games. They're pretty decent games. They're enjoyable games for anyone that's a Harry Potter fan. You don't need to be a massive Harry Potter fan. You just need to be a Harry Potter fan to enjoy them fully as games. Someone who's read the books, someone like that will appreciate these games. But yeah, these are the only games that I'd argue in the entire series that are worth playing. And out of them, I strongly recommend the second game if you're going to play any of them at all. In point of fact, the first and 2 games ran just fine on my system. No problems getting them to run. Third game had me relying on some trickery in terms of configuring any files to get it to run. So that's a bit of a shame. But overall, my opinion is, in terms of ranking these games, well, all of them are worth playing as I see it. But it's second game being the best, then third game, then the first game. That's all I had to say. Costin here on Serious Gaming, signing out. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.